Hey everybody, it's time for another Redneck Review, and today we are going to be going over Transformers, Robots in Disguise, number 23. Now, this is a IDW comic. As you know, it falls in line with the storyline they're doing with all the Transformers comics, called Dark Cybertron, in which the evil Nova Prime, the Prime before Optimus Prime, Sentinel Prime, and all them who led the Cybertron in a era of war, is trying to come back and retake his empire with the help of the evil and magnanimous Galvatron, the hero of that particular war. And basically, he's declared war with Shockwave on the new Cybertron, the remnants of the Autobots, and the crew of the Lost Light. So, without any further ado, we'll get in there. This is a $3.99 book, and let me tell you, $3.99 is not a bad price for the IDW stuff. The art is fantastic. You always get quality with IDW stuff. I mean, it's just awesome. Alright, well, it starts off with a previously page and a cast page that shows you what's going on, where stuff's been, and what's going on. Well, we find ourselves back on Cybertronia, where Starscream has been keeping the body of his friend Metalhawk, a guy who believed in him as the new leader, and he also subsequently killed to secure his position. He's talking to his body right now. He goes, "I guess you could say you died for your dream, Metalhawk. We've got no more Autobots, no more Decepticons, just Cybertronians living together, like you always wanted. And I'm their leader," which I thought meant that they'd follow my lead. "Remember when that Titan said I was the chosen one? Well, I don't know if you heard the news. You probably don't get out much, being dead. But the Titan came back. It's just standing there, but the people, the ones that are supposed to be doing what I say, they want me to do something about it. Yeah, I know that I know what you'd tell me. You'd say, the people aren't supposed to follow. I'm supposed to lead." "You're right, Metalhawk. You always were right. Thanks for the pep talk. Oh, and sorry I killed you, pal." Well, the Cybertronians are in here. They're all telling him to go out there and find out what's going on with the Titan. They're all basically worried and wondering what they can do for their leader. Alright, well, they're all yelling at Starscream, "Protect us. Save us from the Black Titan. It's come for us. The dark days are here. At my adoring public, no worries, folks. I'm on my way to have a little chat with the opposing visitor. Everything will be fine. Boss." "Wait up, boss. Rat Trap, shouldn't you be watching the Titan?" Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure you're okay going out alone." "Well, I don't want to go at all. I don't want..." But Rat Trap is basically taking over as Starscream's second in command. Which, I don't like Rat Trap being sort of a bad guy. I grew up in the Beast War days, and I like Rat Trap as the sort of incorruptible scoundrel and a wise guy. Well, he's basically telling Starscream, "I care about you, don't do this," stuff like that. But you remind me, Starscream, "You remind me of a little Decepticon that used to feel that way about old Megatron here. And look how it turned out. Let me just give you a word of advice. Something that would have spared me a lot of trouble over the centuries. Don't make your first move until you're sure of your last move." So he's basically saying, "Look, you remind me a lot of myself here, and do yourself a favor. Don't say anything until you know what your last move is going to be." Good advice for anything, chess player, in life, everything. All right. Well, the battle switches over again, and we are back to that battle scene between the Decepticons, the Autobots, and the Dinobots all fighting each other at the Titan. He goes, You ever wish Optimus Prime was still here?" That somebody says in the middle of the battle. "RC, yeah, okay, I got it, Prowl. Now's not the time. And guess what these creeps are after, Bumblebee? All I know is I'm not letting them get it." So, a huge battle rolls right in front of the Titan between the Dinobots, the Autobots, and what's left of the Decepticons. And the truth was, the cassettes, everybody liked that. Alright. Well, it switches back to the jail cells. Rat Trap is going through here just trying to figure out what's going on with the Titan. When you convert the Covenant of Prime's text back to the original source code, then run it through our optic sensors, natural algorithms, you see a black metal Titan and a comet. Back of Zera, natives called comets falling stars. Yes, many centuries used the idealism. Crazy of that. Basically, what he's doing there, he's telling them, going through this prophecy that Starscream was supposed to lead, but Starscream, they look in here, could be the false prophet, could be the Antichrist. They think he's just going to lead him to ruin. Well, he tells them, I believe in Starscream. I just believe he has a different destiny than what he thinks he is. So they're starting to worry about their new leader here. I mean, he could be a rat in disguise. Pardon me, Rat Trap. All right. Well, the story switches again to the Lost Light. The end of the world makes one heck of a last move, they say. Ultra Magnus and Ratchet and them are on the Lost Light. They're trying to find a way to get Optimus and his team out of there as quickly as possible. Well then, leadership, being a leader, what's it like for you so far? One of the Autobots asks. Ultra Magnus was left in charge of the Lost Light. Sorry, get away, Earthward friends. Mine used to say a lot. Leadership. What does it mean? I think it means just meh. I thought you hated ambiguity in speech. You said that to me once, remember? You were very clear about it. I'm trying to lighten up. Rung says that if I relax my self-imposed ban on ideas and metaphors and slang still helps soften my image. Whatever floats your boat. No need to show off. And basically, they've in the last issue they got hit by something, and they're going down to the cargo bay to see what it was. And it was they're going down there with brainstorm and triangulator. What was so important that you couldn't? It's about that thing that we found, and they bring it in the cargo bay. It's huge, and they tell them, come in here and look, and they go, holy, it's the thumb from one of the Titan robots, from a city-sized transformer. That I don't believe it in Bad Omens, but when Metroplex dismembered thumb floats up and starts pushing against the ceiling, I start thinking end of days. The biggest transformer they've got, pretty much, and his thumb is in the cargo bay. That's scary. That's Metroplex thumb. They go, the greatest Titan of them all, and you've got his thumb on board. I love this ship. The Brainstorm tells us. It's a body fragment that we're told belonged to Metroplex. I don't know for certain. They could be just a Titan, but man, it's pretty convincing evidence on my part. Well, they're trying to figure out what this means about, and the story switches again back to the fight on Cybertron with the Autobots and the Decepticons. Starscream makes an appearance and lands right on the Titan, and they're all fighting. Go, say the word, and I'll start ringing like say the word, and they'll start ringing like opportunistic parts. And I guarantee you I won't need a second shot. So they see Starscream, and RC is just going to blow him out of the air, because obviously he's the reason why they're exiled. He goes, nothing good is going to come out of this, B. Let RC take the shot. No, something's wrong. He goes, you're hesitating again. Take the shot. Prowl just is really angry about being thrown out, and he's ready to blast them out of the pieces. Look at us. We're teaming up with the enemy and letting Starscream do whatever he wants. Prowl, shut up at once. The new Bumblebee's telling him, we've got to think about this. There's a giant Titan here. There's things we don't understand. The Constructicons stand with you. Long story, Soundwave, and this isn't a team-up. We just happen to have the same objective. Then do something. Don't just let let this Decepticon control you. Prowl, I know you harbor resentment toward me after my part in your mind takeover. Soundwave said. Resentment? Well, I always heard you were perceptive. You blew. He says, but you know, right now we have to work together. Acting rashly at this junction will do none of us any good, and regardless, we were all of us too late from the beginning. And Starscream lands on the Titan. He's back, you know, several stories up where the story takes place at this point. He goes, remember me? You said I was destined to lead Cybertron, like in I don't know, some kind of prophecy. I think I was. You looked a little different, and then, you know, while he's making his speech to the Titan, he's trying to find out, you know, tell me what to do, tell me what I can do to be a better leader, because he wants to be a good leader. You know, no one takes leadership without wanting to do a great job at it. But Starscream, I like how they paid him in this. They paid him as sort of, you know, he's got what he wanted, and what he wanted was all he wanted. You know, he didn't change miraculously with power. He just kept to his goal. And all of a sudden, when he's done this, the Titan eyes start to glow, and a huge shockwave is lifted out, and it just rains terror through the rest of the city. Starts to wipe out a lot of the city below. The remaining Autobots and Decepticons are damaged or disarmed, I should say. You know, and they're all wondering, you know, we should have attacked. The blast makes its way to the city and causes irrefutable damage. One of the crazy side effects, though, is Metal Hawk starts to rise from the dead and flies off. And who's the first person he runs into? Starscream. So he takes his wing and shoves it through Starscream. You know, there's a little hatred here. He goes, "What now? Oh, for the love of... You killed me!" Metal Hawk yells out. "You killed me! I trusted you, I befriended you, and you killed me the moment it suited you." Hey, if it's any consolation, Metal Hawk, I clearly don't do a good job of it. Now is not the time. He's like, you know, don't play with me. And they knock themselves into Megatron's jail cell. And Metal Hawk basically comes in, takes Megatron's body, and runs out, leaving Starscream and Rat Trap to pick up the pieces of this, you know, shattered empire. Now that the city is gone, there's no way they're gonna get to keep it. Well, anyway, back on the Lost Light, the ship starts, you know, they're going to look for where the Titan thumb came from, and you know, they're so well, we'll go look for this, but we gotta be ready to pull Optimus them out of the dead universe at a moment's notice. And we're stable quantum engines powering down. Where are we, mainframe? And they land on this planet where there are thousands of micro-transformers that have jumped off the ship and are just attacking the Lost Light. So on every front, everyone is going up and down. And the last little part of this comic today is we find ourselves in Shockwave's lab, where Metal Hawk took Megatron's body, and we find, you know, that a space bridge, and once wrapped in such a colorful package. And you know, I don't really didn't understand what was going on here, but Megatron, Shockwave, and Metal Hawk are awakened. He says we have to get him back online. They're trying to reboot Megatron. Now, Megatron in this comic and Shockwave have a colored history. They don't like each other. They're not allies. They've worked together on occasion. But he tells him that's not the immediate problem. And Megatron starts to wake up. And they tell him, you know, I'm certain he will find unimaginable pain, a small price to pay, for the realization of all of our dreams. So Megatron is back to life again. But he is apparently bringing him back to life is going to cause him unbelievable pain. So an enraged, mad Megatron. Just slightly worse than a megalomaniac, altogether powerful Megatron. Alright guys, so that's it for the Robots in Disguise issue number 23 of Black Cybertron. Good story. It's going to get a 4, because the story you have to go through just for the sheer thought of the way they do their big events or crossover events. You have to get a certain comic that starts off the event. You have to get 2 sets of comics for this particular story. And, you know, that's great for me because I'm a Transformers-aholic. I love IDW stuff. I love their art. But it's pricey for someone, so I'm going to take a full point off for that. The story was great, you know, but like I said, you know, you've got to buy all those different stories, and so it's 4. The art, again, it has to be a 5. I mean, it's awesome. There are no advertisements in these. It's a $3.99 book, so all in all, a 4 on the story, a 5 on the art. So there you go, guys. This is Transformers: Robots in Disguise number 23. And thank you all so much for listening. I'm trying to get these reviews out there as quick as possible. Thank you so much again, and let me know how I'm doing on these reviews. You know, I like criticism as long as it's creative criticism. And leave our comments. You know. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and God bless you. This is Redneck Reviews. Bye bye.